Welcome back to Let's Talk News Now. I have here with me, of course, Dirk Thomas. This has been great having you here all week.
How you doing?
This is good,
I don't
man.
care if Ella thinks it's corny or not.
I know. They always think it's corny because we do that. It's women. Oh, did I say that out loud?
You're not.
Okay, I'm not taking any responsibility.
What he said.
Ella and I were talking at the beginning of the show. Seeing more and more equality with the judicial system for women. Women are court-ordered now, more often than ever, to pay child support when appropriate.
Okay.
Good, bad, surprised it took this long? Your thoughts?
Surprised it took this long.
Really?
I think it's good. I think that it shouldn't be about gender. It should be about which parent needs the help or which parent has the money to give.
And which one's going to be the custodial parent?
And which one's going to be the custodial parent. Absolutely.
I
mean, there's a lot of different factors that you have to put in there, but if you use the same equation, you should use it for both sides.
And it was kind of an assumption, a presumption, that women were automatically more nurturing.
Yes.
And were the ones that the kids should be with because dad or the guy went to go get the job. Right. Now you're seeing more and more of what some people call role reversal, but I'm not sure if you're using role reversal is even appropriate. Just redelegating the tasks.
Yeah, semantics. But I agree, and I'm actually surprised there, believe it or not, there actually are a lot of women that you really don't want to raise the children. And there are a lot of dads that actually do. So
do a good job of it.
And do a good job. So I find it, I think it's about time.
Well, the other thing we were talking about this morning as well, I mean, it was always interesting getting your insights because you have a experience and knowledge and education that a lot of people, I think, share.
Comes from being a dad.
Is that what it is?
Very few things shock me anymore.
As a retired Metro Police officer, occasionally I will throw some things at you that have some legal elements to it. Okay. We're seeing an awful lot in the newspaper right now about the Martin Zimmerman trial.
Okay.
And when it comes to the Martin Zimmerman, there was initially this big push on it, on all kinds of media exposure. And it's not so much about what happened that night, but it's the byproduct that's come out of that because of the media hype. The hoodies, specifically the hoodies. People were wearing hoodies on television as a form of protest. There was a congressman that wore a hoodie on the floor of the House of Representatives. There's just been the hoodie became the big thing. So now, here is, believe it or not, Mark Zuckerberg, who has been wearing a gray hoodie for years, known for being a little bit eccentric, known for being the guy that wears Birkenstocks walking down the street in a t-shirt and blue jeans and wearing his gray hoodie. Now he's getting pushback about his hoodie. Your comments?
I think it's funny.
I think it's ridiculous.
The whole thing just bothers me. I've gotten into so many different discussions on Facebook, especially with one particular friend who claims that Zimmerman didn't do anything wrong. He was simply protecting himself because Trayvon Martin was trying to kill him. Mm-hmm. Where he got that from, I don't know. Let me tell you what my take is on this. I'll make it very simple. I do not believe that George Zimmerman is a murderer. I do not believe he went out of his way to try to kill somebody that particular night. I think he was an overzealous guy, the kind of guy that my friends and I as police officers see all the time, hundreds of times during the course of a year. A lot of wannabe cops, a lot of wannabe heroes, and they do this kind of stuff. What I do think happened is that he went out and tried to be the hero. He confronted somebody, and he ended up putting himself in a situation where he had hurt him. Do I think he's a murderer? No. Do I think he's a racist? No. Do I think he's prejudiced? Yes, I do. There is a big difference. Okay.
Interesting. We had this conversation.
Yes, he prejudged the young man based on the fact that he was wearing a hoodie and that he had dark skin.
Okay.
Okay. So, do I think he's a racist? No. Do I think he's a prejudiced person? Yes, I do. Okay. And then he goes up and he stalks the guy. Basically, that's what he did. He follows him around the car. Now, the kid does not know that he's a neighborhood watch guy. So this is what you call the perfect storm. A bunch of things that all came together to create one tragic incident. And that's what I believe happened here. George Zimmerman got himself in a mess because he followed this kid around, then he got out of his vehicle and he confronted him. I'm going to tell you right now, as a black man in some of these neighborhoods, even in this town, if I saw somebody follow me like that, there's a very good possibility I might attack him first too. If I saw him, I got away from him, and then I saw him again, and I knew it was obvious he was following me, I have no idea why this guy's following me. So everybody's saying that Trayvon Martin's a thug because he attacked the guy. He doesn't know who this guy is. He has no idea. So looking back on hindsight, you can make all kinds of different determinations and make all kinds of judgments. Bottom line is, it was a very tragic incident. The most important thing about this is how the mother's handled it. She's handled it with dignity and grace, and I'm very impressed with how she's gone about this. So,
You know, and the thing is, I'm going to agree with you about that. And what I'm equally as impressed by is the way the prosecutors handle it, and not allowing it to become a major media hype, not trying to pitch it.
I got an issue about the prosecutor though, because they charged the wrong crime, and I'm wondering if they did it on purpose or not. Because now this way he gets arrested, he goes to jail, he gets out, and then when they have the trial, they can't get him because it's not inappropriate. It should be manslaughter, not murder.
You know what I see? I see us talking about this again tomorrow. This is Rick Singer. Let's Talk News Now. We'll see you tomorrow.